Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how to swap out the SSD drive in your One Mix 4, if you're going to get one or already have one, how to swap it out for a larger SSD. So the One Mix 4 is shipped with either a 512 gigabyte SSD drive or a 1 terabyte SSD drive. For those of you who need more space for games or whatnot, the largest size that you can get as far as the SSD is a 2 terabyte, and you're gonna get a specific one. So I'm gonna let you know about that later in the video. But you can again swap out the SSD for a 2 terabyte SSD. So the things you're gonna need in order to swap out the SSD, you're gonna first need a Phillips head screwdriver that has a head small enough to take out the small screws that are on the bottom of the computer. And there are a total of 6 screws that you have to take out. Now there is a video made by Project SBC that shows you how to take off the back and take out the SSD. I will leave a link in the comment section that will show you how to do so. You're also going to need an M.2 2280 enclosure. So you're going to need that for your new SSD that you're going to put inside of your computer. And this is what the enclosure looks like. I bought this off Amazon. I will leave the link for this in the comment section as well. And you can also go on Amazon and surf around to find one to your liking. Now, words of wisdom and words of caution: when you are going to replace your SSD, you're going to need, if you're getting a fresh, clean SSD bought, you're going to need to either get a fresh copy of Windows 10 to install on the SSD, and that's pretty easy to do. However, you're going to need to get all of the drivers off of the original SSD and transfer them to the new SSD. And there is a way to do that. If you check out my video that I recently released that shows you how to back up your drivers on here using double driver, you can do so that way. However, words of caution: don't do that. I've done that first. I've installed a fresh copy of Windows 10 on my new SSD and then put the drivers onto the SSD, and everything was working great until I tried to rotate the screen. The screen didn't rotate, even though the drivers for screen rotation was on or installed on the new SSD. It didn't rotate at all. I troubleshooted for 2 days trying to figure this out, and I kind of had a little bit of success with some information, but at the end of the day, it just didn't work. So what I basically did was take the old SSD, the 512 that I had originally on here, install that back on, and then did a little research on cloning the SSD. So what that basically means is taking the contents, and all of the contents from the SSD that was originally installed into One Mix 4 and transferring or copying that entire SSD to your new SSD. And that's what this video is going to be about: cloning the SSD. That works phenomenally. That works very well. And I'm going to tell you the step-by-step process on how to do so. So again, you need this, the enclosure for your SSD. You're also going to need a brand new SSD, and you're going to need an SSD that's one-sided, meaning you're going to need an SSD that has chips, all the chips on one side of the SSD. And let me show you how that is going to look. So here in the enclosure, this is the original SSD that was shipped in my One Mix 4 for proof. There you go. There it says One Netbook. That's the name of the company that made the One Mix 4. So this is the SSD that was installed. And these are the chips that holds all your data. All of the chips for this SSD is on this one side. On the other side, completely flat. This is the SSD that you want. a one-sided SSD, all the chips on one side. And there's two of them that I know about. There's two companies that I know about that made single-sided SSDs. The first SSD that I'm talking about is the Samsung 970 Evo Plus. These have gone down in price. These were pretty expensive. They were $300 at one point. Now, well, I found mine for $227, really good price. And this was in, I think it was no, it was actually used, not open box. You can see right there. They're all sold out. So you can shop around on eBay, Amazon, or what have you to find yourself this particular SSD, because this one is a single-sided SSD. There's another one, just in case you can't find this one, there's another one that I know about that I'll show you right now. The other single-sided SSD that I know about, and I know that this is a single-sided SSD because I purchased this one for the Win Max when I had it at one point. This is definitely a single-sided SSD. So if you're interested in this one is being sold on Amazon right now for a low price of $196.79. Actually, it was lower than this. It was at $186, $187. They rose the price because I guess they're starting to realize this company, people are buying them up for computers like the One Mix 4 to replace their SSDs or to replace your SSD on your laptop or desktop. You're also going to need this one program, and you can download this to use for free for 30 days. This is called Macrium Reflect. So if you click here, you go on their website, yada, 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 close. You download a 30-day one. So download it for Windows, Mac, or whatever computer you have, and you can copy your entire SSD with the program, because usually with free programs, you're only entitled to certain things that you can do with it. So yeah, you're limited. But with this, with the 30 days, even though it's 30 days free, you can use everything on it. So you can back up or copy your entire SSD with this program. So definitely go ahead and download that. Okay, from this point, after you get everything that you need, you're going to take this part. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to direct you to two videos. One being the Project SBC video that shows you how to take out your SSD. And then I'm going to direct you to another video that shows you how to clone the SSD, the original SSD, to the new SSD that you've purchased. And it's really, really easy. I follow the videos myself and replace my SSD. And I'm going to show you proof that I have the Samsung in here. And like I said, it's really easy. Just follow the two videos on taking out the SSD and cloning the SSD, and you will be good to go. Okay, to show you proof that I have my 2 terabyte SSD inside of the One Mix 4, don't forget, mine came shipped with the 512 gigabyte SSD. So let me show you. And people, this is so light. This just feels so great in one hand. Real quick again, let me show you my partitions that I have. So I have Windows, my C drive, and that has my Windows 10 and some other I would say just programs or data that I've installed on my computer. And I have 165 gigabytes in that particular partition. I have another one for PC games and emulators. That's my D drive. And in this drive is the main chunk of my space. So as you can see here, I have 1.64 terabytes available to use on that particular drive. Actually, those are the only 2 drives that I have for the SSD installed. So putting both of these together, that's my 2 terabyte. Now you're only allotted 1.81 terabytes of storage on that SSD. So you're losing out on just a little bit, but that's for, just making it run or whatever. But still, that's more than enough space for all of my games. And I am not even done with installing games. Let me just show you real quick some of the emulators and games I have in here. So I got PC games. I have 2 PS3 emulators. I'll explain that later. One for one particular game. and one for other games, and I have the Yuzu emulator for Switch games. So that's just basically it. That just shows you basically, like I said, the two partitions that I have created using the video that showed you how to use the Macrium software to clone this SSD to your new SSD. It's really, really simple. And I would suggest installing or cloning your SSD as soon as you get it. So don't install anything on your SSD. Don't install any big games or anything like that. Just install it fresh out the box so that it won't take that long to clone, because it took the process for mine about 40 minutes. Now, if you install big time games such as GTA 5 and other games like that, it's going to take you a whole lot longer to clone because you got more data to copy. So like I said, clone it as soon as you get it right out the box, and you should be good to go. And that's basically it, people. This is just proof that it can be done. And for someone like me who has never done it before, yes, I was scared that I was going to mess something up, but everything worked great. It was just really easy to do. The longest process was the cloning, and that was it. And then putting the SSD back in, or the new SSD into the 1X4. And once you do that, it basically is going to read as if it was using this one, but now you have a lot more storage because, again, you're cloning the SSD. So all the drivers and everything will be installed on the new SSD, and it works great. And to show you the rotation works, oh man, that is a sight to see, because like I said, if you do or install a fresh copy of Windows, that's not going to work for you. So cloning is the way to go. So that's the end of the video, people. Just wanted to let you know about all this before you decide to get a new SSD on what you need to do to get it up and working on your 1X4. So if you enjoyed the video, definitely leave that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends about my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.